Hello everyone, this is Anushree
and this is Medha, and we on behalf of the Beaming Notes team can't thank you enough for your overwhelming support over the past few years.
It is because of your love and appreciation that we have been able to launch our very own YouTube channel.
And we need your support this time as well.
So go ahead, hit that subscribe button and show us some love.
And now let's head over to the video.
Hey everybody, welcome to Beaming Notes, and today we're going to look at the solved questions of the poem Deep Water, a story by William O. Douglas. Solved questions. Which factors led Douglas to reuse the YMCA pool? Much to the relief of Douglas, YMCA pool was safe. It was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end, and it was 9 feet deep at the corner. Moreover, the drop was gradual. The Yakima River was treacherous and had drowned so many, so he decided in favor of YMCA pool. I had an aversion to the water when I was in it, said Douglas. When did he start having this aversion and why? The aversion started when Douglas was 3 or 4 years old. His father took him to the beach in California. While standing together in the surf, he had held his father tightly. Suddenly, the waves knocked him down and swept over him. He was buried in water. His breath was gone and he was frightened to death. The rising waves sent a tremor down on his spine. In the midst of terror came a touch of reason. How did the two forces work in opposite directions, and how did Douglas face them? While he was engulfed by fear, a sudden thought sprang up to him. He jumped when hit the bottom as he felt the tiles under him with all his might. But the jump made no difference as a mass of yellow water held him back. This handicap stayed with me as the years rolled by. How did it affect his pursuit of swimming? The infantile fear of water hounded Douglas everywhere. He rowed in canoes on Maine lakes for fishing. He went for bass fishing in New Hampshire, trout fishing on the Deschutes and Metolius in Oregon, fishing for salmon on the Columbia at Bumping Lake in the Cascades. Fear ruined his fishing trips. It deprived him of the joy of canoeing, boating, and swimming. What was the first experience of Douglas in the sea? Douglas was 3 or 4 years old when his father took him to the beach in California. He held on to his father tightly, but still the powerful waves knocked him down and swept over him. He felt suffocated and couldn't breathe. He was scared to death, and a terror of overpowering force of waves was registered in him. Why was Douglas determined to get over the fear of water? Douglas felt traumatized on recalling the memories of the pool where he had the misadventure. The terrifying memories deprived him of the pleasure of fishing, canoeing, boating, and swimming, as he felt scared every time he was around water. How did the experience of drowning in the pool affect Douglas? When Douglas regained consciousness, he found himself lying in his stomach beside the pool, vomiting. He felt weak and was trembling as he walked back home. He shook and cried when he lay on his bed and could not eat anything. This fear haunted him for days, and slightest exertion upset him and made him weak in the knees and sick to his stomach. This experience had such a strong impact on him that he never went back to the pool and avoided water. What is the biggest lesson that the writer learned after he finally conquered his fear? That experience had a deep meaning to the writer. He realized that there is peace in death and that the terror is only in the fear of death. He had experienced both the sensations on dying and the fear of it, and it made him comprehend Roosevelt's views that all we have to fear is fear itself. How did the instructor build him into a swimmer? The instructor built Douglas as a swimmer bit by bit. He made Douglas practice 5 days a week for an hour each day. The instructor put a belt around his waist, attached it to a rope that was strung through a pulley on an overhead cable. He held onto the end of the rope as Douglas swam. He used to relax his grip on the rope to make Douglas learn to overcome his fear. Then he taught him to put his face under the water and exhale, and to raise his nose and inhale till he had learned to put his head under water. Later, he held Douglas at the side of the pool and taught him to kick with his legs. Finally, in April, he was sure that now Douglas could swim the entire length of the pool without any help. What was the misadventure that William Douglas speaks of? As Douglas was learning to swim in the YMCA pool, he was thrown into the deep end of the pool by an older boy as a prank. He did not know how to swim and had to struggle a lot to come out of it. He had almost been drowned. He lost his consciousness before he would come out of water on his own. He had a strategy planned on how to come out of the water, but that failed him, and this experience haunted him for years. He was terrified of water and avoided it wherever he could. Solved long questions. Explain. All we have to fear is fear itself. How did Douglas conquer the old terror? When Douglas grew up, he took the help of an instructor to take a lesson of swimming. His training session went on from October to April. For 3 months, he was taken across the pool with the help of a rope. As he went under, terror filled him and his legs were frozen. The trainer taught him to exhale under the water and inhale through the raised nose. He made him kick his legs to make them relax. This is how he learned basics of swimming. Now his newly found confidence took him farther. He dared to venture through the vast pool of water across Lake Wentworth and the whole length to the shore and back of Warm Lake. To combat inner demons, Douglas learns to face them off instead of running away. Thus, he exorcises his childhood fear and starts to lead an anxiety-free life.
So, did you find the video helpful? If so, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and continue to encourage us more to deliver more such poem analysis and English language tips to help you to get set and ready for your examinations. All the best.